So, full disclosure, this obviously isn't my first ride on this bike. I've ridden a few different times, different trails, natural single track, more kind of a gravel riding by today's standards and measures. Some XC, some more kind of modern trail type single track. So, it's had a wee bit of its sea trials. You know what? It's different, it's quirky, but it's not bad. And on the right trail, it's not slow either. And it's really rather poppy. It does really well with input. A lot of feedback. You know exactly what the bike's doing. But you know what? That's quite good fun. So today, I'm going to take it on like a contemporary trail bit of single track, push it to its edge of its comfort zone, do some climbs where it kind of, yeah, you know, it does pretty well, and take it on like a cross-country bit of single track, something that is much more at home on, and just kind of see how she does. I think the thing it's showing me most is that how many modern bikes are just so well behaved. You know, there's like basically no bad modern full suspension bikes out there, just better for some use cases than others. But this comes from a time when there were bad bikes. But that being said, this is not an example of a bad bike from the time, just an example of a bike with character. I'm too hot to think. I'm not eloquent enough at the best of times, but man alive, it's hot. So here we are at the top of the climb. We're going to do our first proper descent. Nice little bit of single track. Starts off really tight through some plantation woodland, then it breaks open into a bit more kind of open, free-flowing, open ground. It's pretty good. It's, you know, natural, narrow, steep in places. I think it's a good testing ground for the old girl. Doesn't have a name yet, but she's definitely a she. So we know that much. If you've got a good suggestion for the name, leave it in the comments. Also, if you don't give your bikes names, you're wrong. This video is also the sea trials for my new gimbal. Had it for a good few months actually. This is this first outing because the previous gimbal we were using was a wee session. I had a bit of an incident. And it was a total nothing incident, but it was totaled. So, trying out the new gimbal, positioning, all that jazz. So apologies if the video is trite. As you can see, we're very narrow and tight through the trees, very uppy-overy, and then shorter wheelbase and smaller wheel size actually is a total bonus, as we dip and pump through all of it. As those dips are pretty much the exact circumference of a 29er wheel. If you had a modern bike, you would just be stuck there. You wouldn't know what to do. just dive in and that'd be you. But here, no, no. Not with the finest that 1999 had to offer. The finest in Californian Marin County. Single pivot. Coupled with the finest in Italian front fork suspension from a few years later. A racing grip set and some shonkily narrow tyres. Just makes light work of all of this. Absolutely helps that the trail is absolutely bone dry. Last time I did this trail, it was not bone dry and it was raining. And I have never been more scared in my life on a bike. Apart from the time I was on an 80-mile hardtail on the Fort William World Cup downhill track, and I am, whilst ahead of my time in terms of riding hardtails on that track, I am not one of those riders. I am not that skilled. That was terror. And no, I did not complete the whole track. But yes, I did the motorway, and a little bit of wee came out. No Strava times today because the gate will be closed. Oh. But I can't say that didn't handle that well. Cannot argue that my modern Spitfire or my BTR are smoother on it, but it handled it. Uh-oh, am I clipped in? This is where I die because I'm not clipped in. Ah! Oh, we're clipped in. Okay, there we go. And this is where I'm glad I fitted new pads. Oh, he just wants to run and get me into trouble. And this is where a bigger, more capable bike comes into its own in that kind of faster, chundery section where outright speed is what's going to trip you up with this bike. Wow. Oh. That was good. I know the only thing I'm missing. What's this? There's no dropper post. Oh. Oh. 20 years of progression, and all I'm looking for is a dropper post. Don't worry, little bike. We got a quick release. It's fine. You don't have to feel bad. I don't like all the other cool bikes with their dropper posts. But the good news is, it's a skinny seat tube. But with all these gravel bikes morphing into mountain bikes, getting that skinny dropper post in the 27.9 variety, getting easier to do. Genuinely the only upgrade I think I want to do to this at this stage. I don't even want to change the tyres at the moment because they're just fun. Our second and last trail, a bit more XC in nature. We start off kind of undulating, a bit of down, a bit of climb. Again, last time we were here, actual river of mud at some places. So we'll see how we do today. I'm not going to slide out in the flat. Oh, ferns and bracken is coming through. Look at this. Beautiful to see. Love this time of year, everything's just coming to life. It's just growing into itself. Oh yeah, only were in this once before, so totally getting lost. That was the actual river last time. Following the ribbons. This is the way. If you're kind of rider that remembers the time before Strava and Trail Forks, you'll remember those little ribbons and ties of electrical tape around trees let you know you're on the right path. There's some diggers and riders that still follow those old ways. They're on old man geeky bike groups on Facebook, sharing mint sauce, panels and pictures of old bikes. Heaven forbid. If that sounds like you, meet me in the comments. Oh, it's just such a small bike. It's so easy to just pump through stuff. It's lovely. Sounds like the warm-up. It's all downhill from here. The eagle-eyed amongst a half a dozen of you will probably have realised or noticed I've not really been posting much videos lately. Part of that has been absolutely buried by work. The paying work, the work, and just no time or creative energies for much anything else. I've been riding through it, but not as much as I would like, obviously. I was just kind of like focus my energies on that. It's tricky because the longer you leave between stuff, the more you're punished by the old YouTube algorithm. So if you made it this far in the video and if you enjoyed it, really appreciate if you hit that bell notification button and subscribe. So when I do eventually get time to put stuff out, you know it's happened. Okay. That way. We're cut tin this time, which is an improvement. Oh, I have missed the trail. Well, there's the trail. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Take two. Oh, there it is. There we go. Whoa! Everything's growing in. Not gonna lie, there was a moment there when I thought I was going to die. Who says you need a new bike to have fun? Look at this! It's old enough to have kids at school. Still kicks ass. 21-year-old bike. Look at that. 21, 22 years. A little bit of love. Some parts, none of which are new apart from the headset and the grips in the right places. Just comes to life. Yes. I have not ridden this bike and not had a good time. So thanks for riding with us today. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, really appreciate that. And also let us know in the comments if you've ever ridden any kind of old Marins, or if you still ride any kind of vintage bikes. By vintage, by today's standard, that's anything that's 26, if we're honest, even if it's only 10 years old. But yeah, as always, happy trails.